State University. Find out what President Armstrong has to say.
There are 3 new faces in the business building. Meet the college's new associate deans and find out what they plan to bring to Cal Poly.
You may have noticed more ties and heels on campus this week. Found out why students are trading sweatpants for suits.
Hi, I'm Dillon Payne.
And I'm Mallory St. You're watching Mustang News. Cal Poly has lost more state support than any other California state university. However, Cal Poly is also known to have the highest student fees among other universities. Students at Cal Poly pay a total of $630 annually for the student success fee, whereas other colleges around $200 annually. There has been accompanying increases in tuition and student success fees since 2006. After serious budget reductions a few years ago, Cal Poly had a $25 million deficit. President Armstrong takes these fees very seriously and has advocated the advantages of having this fee.
After increases in tuition, we still have an $11 million deficit.
Cal Poly has cut its deficit down $14 million, but still has an uphill climb, and students are most likely going to see more fee increases.
The number of non-emergency calls to 911 is on the rise, and the Cal Poly University Police Department wants to help fix that. UPD and the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services are working together on a campaign to reduce the number of non-emergency calls on the 911 emergency line. 26 million 911 calls were placed last year in California. 35% of the calls were not real emergencies, according to Cal OES. The goal of the campaign is to educate people about the proper use of the 911 emergency line. UPD plans to extend the campaign to other CSU campuses.
Attendees of the Red Cross Readiness presentation know how to prepare for a disaster that could strike at any time. The goal of the presentations are to teach people what to do in the event of house fires, earthquakes, landslides, wildfires, floods, and power outages. If some people are prepared, they can help both themselves and others in the case of such situations.
Disaster, you'll find that everybody becomes just humans. The difference might be that in a large population like here at Cal Poly, there's a lot of people that are going to need assistance.
After recent disasters, including Fukushima and Hurricane Sandy, the Red Cross now encourages people to prepare for a week of surviving on their own. For more information on disaster readiness, visit www.redcross.com.
Allen Hancock College was awarded a grant that helps community college students intern at Cal Poly. The National Institute of General Medical Science awarded Hancock $966,000 that will provide funding for the next 5 years. Hancock's Bridges to Baccalaureate programs supports minority students who are pursuing degrees in biomedical fields. Every summer, a select number of students get to intern at Cal Poly and participate in science research projects.
Biomedical fields, because there are cultural and ethnic differences among everyone, and it's really important that we don't have a single ethnicity.
Hancock is one of the 3 colleges in the country to get funding for this program.
Cal Poly's Orfalea College of Business has appointed 3 associate deans. According to the top 100 on Bloomberg's top business schools in the country for undergrad, Cal Poly ranks 5th on return for investment. Dean Scott Dawson is implementing a strategic vision for the college. His 3 new associate deans will be focusing in 3 specific internal areas. Sanjeev Jagia is heading up graduate programs, Kevin Lurt-Wachara is taking on undergraduate programs, and Rami Shawnee is faculty and research.
So what I'm really excited about is this rethinking of graduate programs, which is both, tightening up the current programs and launching some new programs.
The 3 new associate deans have big visions for Cal Poly's business school and will be working closely with Dean Scott Dawson as they strive to improve college and become even more competitive nationally.
Starting next fall, $9.2 million will be going towards funding loans for undocumented students attending any California public university. The Dream Loan program, signed by Governor Brown on September 28th, lets undocumented students borrow up to $4,000 a year, with a lifetime maximum of $20,000, according to Bloomberg Business Week. Cal Poly Dean Phil Bailey says even with the loans, there is still a need to purchase basic necessities or apply for internships.
So yeah, it's helpful. It's huge in terms of being helpful, but it isn't going to dramatically change things.
The bill was one of 3 bills that could have an effect on undocumented students.
Coming up, find out what popular Starbucks drink is causing controversy.
The Poly Planner deadline has passed, putting some students in a bit of a pickle.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, smoky.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, smoky.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Cal Poly has voluntarily recalled 6 varieties of its chocolate bars. The recalled candy bars may be contaminated with peanut, milk, or soy allergens. The bars may also have been exposed to microbial contamination. All varieties except milk chocolate and dark chocolate have been recalled. No illnesses have been reported, but the recalled candy bars should not be consumed. Customers who have purchased recalled chocolate bars can return them to the store where they bought them for a full refund. Some of these bars were pumpkin spice bar and many others.
Starbucks' most popular drink of the season, the pumpkin spice latte, is under scrutiny from health-concerned customers. Vanny Hari, popular food blogger, wrote the article, "You'll Never Guess What's in a Pumpkin Spice Latte," that went viral and was shared to over 13 million people in just a few days. Hari says that Starbucks does not list the ingredients of this popular drink, but after research found that there is not any pumpkin in the drink, but instead an ingredient called caramel coloring that can cause cancer.
Kind of surprised, to be honest. It seems like everybody buys Starbucks, so it doesn't seem right to be putting really bad stuff in their flavorings.
The FDA says the ingredient is safety approved, but Starbucks eventually plans to phase the coloring out of their drinks. Due to recent pressure, the company also plans on listing all of the ingredients on their drinks on the Starbucks website.
Some students are feeling the consequences after missing the recent Poly Planner deadline. Poly Planner is a tool designed to help students get into the classes they want, but can actually prevent students from doing so if they neglect the deadlines to Poly Planner. Students are required to have at least 3 terms filled out and up to date at all times on Poly Planner. Students who fail to do so are automatically dropped to last rotation for the next quarter's registration.
There's been a little bit of fear, but I think the fear has certainly created a response. And so the students, I think, have at least responded to that, and they've gotten, their Poly Plan done.
For those who have missed the deadline, students should contact an academic advisor to see if there is any possibility of getting their original rotation back.
Teachers and students are complaining about Greek recruitment. Last week, many girls missed classes for mandatory events at Panhellenic recruitment, and this week, many guys are facing the same issue with IFC rush.
It worries me a little bit that there's other guys that are going to go to all the events and get to meet with guys and meet with everybody.
Kappa Sigma president and IFC board member Cole Uland says always go to class if it interferes with rush events and it will not affect chances of getting into a fraternity. If your school schedule clashes with recruitment, contact any Rush chair or fraternity president. Rush will continue through this weekend. No events for IFC are mandatory.
After interviewing over 100 to 150 college students a day, company employees shared their thoughts and expertise at this year's Fall Career Fair. Take a look.
I've been interviewing and doing career fairs for about 3 years.
I was here last year and I've been traveling the last couple of months doing this. So
you probably touch about 50 resumes a day.
There's a handful from each. Yeah, in fact, there are students from last year that I'm looking forward to seeing again this year at the career fair.
Recommendations, no matter what your experiences are, the engagement that you have with the people that around that job really plays into it. I've heard several stories where, they come to the career fair and, don't really get a lot of hits, but then they meet them outside, or they meet them at a restaurant, or they meet them, in other places. You never know when you're going to get that first foot in the door. And like I said, 50 resumes in your hand, how are you really going to differentiate yourself? And, sometimes you can do it in front of the podium, but then other times it's, just walking around. So, never just quit on just the career fair or rely just on the career fair. Make sure that you're, engaging with other people, throughout the whole process.
I just enjoy meeting the students and kind of watching them get ready to begin the adventure of a lifetime, just getting ready to graduate college and begin their careers and their lives as young adults.
That's where we take a lot of good notes, and we, when we have better candidates, we try to defer to other people so that they can kind of agree and, be the consensus, if you will. And, concrete-wise, you're looking for certain attributes, certain types of experiences, and, the GPA always helps. And then, just how engaging people are. So, that also plays into it as well.
Cal Poly's Fall Career Fair was yesterday and today. If you missed the chance to make it out, Career Services will be putting on a local career fair coming up on Wednesday, November 5th.
Students are considering leaving Cal Poly and going abroad. Last week's Study Abroad Fair on Dexter Lawn hosted previous study abroad students who answered questions from interested students. Cal Poly students can pick from 6 different types of programs, from international exchanges to Cal Poly Global Program, where students take classes taught by Cal Poly faculty overseas. Depending on the program taken, full financial aid can be applied. Students that want to learn more about study abroad can go to the website studyabroad.calpoly.edu.
Runners are preparing for the 19th annual City to the Sea race. The City to the Sea Marathon begins at 7 a.m. this Sunday. The event consists of a kids' fun run, a 5K, and a half marathon that runs from downtown San Luis Obispo to Pismo Beach. One runner says he has been training for months, but it still won't be easy.
Definitely keeping the training consistent was probably the biggest challenge because, school and life kind of gets in the way, but
the race will end with food, live music, goodie bags, and medals for finishers. Proceeds from the race go to Cuesta College's track and cross-country teams. There is still time to sign up on citytothesea.org.
A new drink is starting to become more popular around SLO. Reporter Taylor Phillips found out more about this natural energy source.
It's like You've been studying for hours and you've had so many energy drinks your hands are visibly shaking. We've all been there. But Guayaki has a new beverage on the block that has the right kind of energy to keep you focused and studying away. Yerba mate is a beverage
to regenerate the underroots and those
antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals to create a natural energy source. Cal Poly alumni Jose Sanchez is a cebador for Guayaki.
What makes Guayaquil's mate unique is that it has the stems, so it's the most organic, harmonious mate you can find, and we work with the land and the seasons to have the most premium mate.
Sanchez says mate is a better option for students looking for a pick-me-up.
You still get that same focused energy without the jitters of the crash.
Guayaki was founded at Cal Poly, but is still nowhere to be found on campus.
You know, we didn't have Guayaki on campus then, and still don't have it on campus.
Sanchez says the students have to be the ones to make it happen.
The students are the voice, so if you guys want yerba mate on campus.
For more information on yerba mate, check out their website. Taylor Phillips, Mustang News.
If you want to give yerba mate a try, you can find Guayaki at local coffee shops or in grocery stores around town. Coming up next, we have Sam Doty with the weather.
And here's a live look at Avila Beach.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. And you get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
After last week's heat, it's starting to cool down again here at Cal Poly.
Yes, it has been. A little marine fog layer has been coming in, which has been keeping it real nice. But let's go over to Sam Doty, who has us for weather. Sam?
Hey, thank you, Dylan. Let's take a look at today's weather. We have a high of 85. It was kind of cool this morning, like Dylan said. We can see the fog rolling in the last couple of days. Tonight, we're going to see a low of 56. Partly cloudy skies today, and winds around 20 miles per hour. Let's look at the map here. Up in Northern California, we have Paso Robles and Templeton at 87 for the high today. If we go down, we have Los Osos at 69, Avila Beach 81, Rio Grande and what was it? Rio Grande and Napomo. There we are. Yeah, it's 76, and good old Santa Maria is 77. If we're looking at our 5-day forecast, it seems pretty clear for the whole week. We're looking at highs on Thursday for 85. We're looking at 86 for Friday. On Saturday, it looks around 90, and then on Sunday and Monday, we're looking around 95. And don't forget, Monday, right over here, is Columbus Day, so that's gonna have some fun. For the lows, pretty much standard down there. Gonna be a little chilly night. Remember to bundle up, get some cups of coffee, maybe some yerba mate, maybe not some, I guess, pumpkin spice. So that is your weather for today. Dylan, take it back to you.
Thanks, Sam. You know, this weather is really, really nice for some football.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
And speaking of football, Cal Poly football continues Big Sky play this Saturday on the road at Weber State. Stay tuned for all your football details.
And women's soccer is looking to bounce back after an overtime loss to Cal State Northridge. Find out what their strategy is after the break. Julian Delgadio has your sports next.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.com.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just
Please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You guys going to my party on Friday?
Yeah, dude. It's going to be crazy.
All right.
What's up, dude?
I'm loving your jacket.
Don't be such a fag.
If you don't mean it, why say it? Words hurt. Think before you speak.
And now we've got Julian Delgadio in the studio. He's going to let us know what's going on with Cal Poly sports this week. Julian?
Thanks, Mallory. Thanks, guys. A lot of games have been played over the past week, so let's get you all back up to speed. Start off with women's soccer. This women's soccer team fell short to CSUN on Sunday, a minute into the second overtime on a golden goal by the Matadors at Spano Stadium. The Mustangs sit at a 6-7-0 record and will stay home to take on UC Davis this Friday at 7 p.m. If you can't make that game, though, they'll be hosting another one against Hawaii on Sunday at noon. Moving on to the men's soccer team, they are currently sitting at a 6-2-3 record and are about to kick off a 3-game road trip Thursday. After a draw against UC Irvine and a 2-1 win in overtime over Cal State Northridge, the Mustangs are looking to pick up 2 more wins this weekend. The first match is at UC Riverside on Thursday, then Cal State Fullerton on Saturday. It's early on in the Big West Conference, but it is still essential to get 2 wins in order to finish first in the North. The Mustangs are 1-1-1 for away games, and the next home game is against UC Davis on October 22nd. Moving on to football, Cal Poly football preserved its undefeated homestand this past week. The Mustangs' victory over Southern Utah on Saturday improved their record to 2-0. Junior quarterback Chris Brown continued his stellar offensive production, going 13 of 17 in the air for 141 yards and coming out with 2 TD passes.
Once again, had a great time clicking. There was a couple downers where we had 3 penalties in one drive. and also a couple of times putting the ball on the ground. I'll take 2 of those, but was by me for sure. So other than that, I feel like we're clicking well. Our offense are moving the ball. We have our perimeter guys, they're working on those blocks, but we're getting it done, and yeah, I feel like we're clicking.
Brown's arm wasn't responsible for all the damage, though. He also rushed 17 times, picking up 117 yards and another score. Not a bad fantasy option, if you ask me. And that about wraps it up for sports this week, guys.
A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff going on at Cal Poly Sports.
Yeah, make sure to check out MustangNews.net for continuous coverage. But back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you.
Businesses have one opportunity a year to advertise on campus. See why there was more in attendance this year than ever.
And people on Cal Poly's campus are celebrating their heritage. Coming up, find out how they're using words to honor Latino Heritage Month.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back, and now we're sending you over to Pollywood with Taylor Phillips. Taylor?
Thanks, guys. Cal Poly welcomed businesses from all around the San Luis Obispo area for the 3rd annual Slow Fest this weekend. Despite the heat, over 1,000 students made their way to Mott Lawn. Local businesses like Doc Bernstein's, Pluto's, and the Yoga Center gave away special promotions and free items to students who came to Slow Fest. This is the only opportunity for businesses to come on campus during the year.
We're happy to be out here at Slow Fest in front of in front of all the students, and it's great to get our name out there, let people know where we are downtown.
Next year, Cal Poly is hoping to continue expansion and have more businesses come out and participate on campus. The University Art Gallery opened its alternative process photography exhibit this past Thursday. However, assistant marketing and art gallery attendant Sienna Haas said not many students make daily visits. Their marketing strategies are not as publicized in popular areas around campus, like the UU Plaza, as other visual art forms on campus.
I think if we had something to grab their attention while they're all together, concentrated there, I think that would kind of shine a light on us more.
Haas said now that the gallery has a new marketing team, they hope to attract more students by spreading flyers outside of the Dexter building and focusing on their social media. The on-campus slam poetry event, another type of groove, also known as ATOG, had its first show of the year last Wednesday. ATOG is known as a creative outlet for students and members of the community to express their talents. A special guest is usually invited as the featured poet of the night. In honor of Latino Heritage Month, David Romero, a Mexican-American spoken word artist, was the featured poet. Students share with us why ATOG is special to them.
A really amazing place where students can come together and support each other's art, whatever form that takes, and I think that's really beautiful.
ATOG takes place every first Wednesday of the month in Shumash Auditorium. That's it for Pollywood this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Taylor. Thank you for watching our 30-minute broadcast of Mustang News. That's on Charter Channel 19, UHTV Channel 4.2, and Campus Channel 4.1.
For continuous coverage, you can visit mustangnews.net. Thanks for joining us.